Hello everybody, it's Bugsy here. You're probably wondering yourself, Bugsy. So for some of you, like, oh cool, Bugsy, you're actually gonna talk about your war on YouTube. And I'm like, yep, it's gonna be interesting. Usually I like to pre-record these, so you're probably gonna get this like tomorrow. Ergo, why I keep the cloudiness up. So, anyways, you're probably wondering to yourself, Bugsy, you cool, you interesting dude. You gonna talk about the big, you know, the big three's dynamic? Yep. Okay. See, not a lot of people know about this because not a lot of people actually watch those videos where it's just the three of them just kind of conversing. But it's a lot like the Bugsy Trio, but like they only rip on Harima because they used to rip on Harima a lot, but that kind of got phased out when I started to really develop why they do that. And that's kind of already been explained, but mostly it's because they still have a little bit of anger of Har leaving to go to find Tenma and stuff like that. This is kind of connected to my own like school rumble kind of thing to it, but basically we're gonna go beyond that because y'all already know that story. Well, let's start with Har first because he's like the voice of reason in their little group. Like whenever Bugsy Prime and Ansakamaru ever decide to do something like really crazy and insane, it's usually Har going, guys, we really don't need to do this. Like, honestly. Usually they'll get talked out of it, or or Har will join in their shenanigans, pretty much. As they've all gotten older, they've actually, they low-key respect Harima for what he did when he actually left for a while. Literally, there's a video on my website that literally kind of details how they all felt. Because there's a lot of doubt with Prime. Because he's seeing a lot of stuff and and as he gets old, because Chaos Lords don't age physically, but they age mentally. And as this has been going on, for years and years and years, minus, with the universe's resetting notwithstanding, Prime has a lot of time to just reflect on his life. And literally, the video that you do see on my website is them just kind of reaffirming how they all actually feel about each other and how they really picture Prime as the one that always kind of, picks them up because they respect him because he's the guy that's always doing something for anybody really. He's the guy that's always helping. Even though you may say he's all chaotic and, it's all about the chaos and nothing more, it really couldn't be further from the truth because he does. Because, like, legit, he does actually give a shit. He cares. And because he always cares, sometimes it doesn't work for him. That doesn't work for him, like, 70% of the time. Because all Bugsies, all Bugsies in every universe, they feel a certain kind of tragedy. They feel a certain kind of, like, they have a certain kind of like tragedy that goes on with them in every universe. Prime has more of that than any other Bugsy. So, you know, there's a lot of things he kind of regrets and reflects on. Anzakamaru became a psychiatrist because he wanted to help people. And back in the old days when when I was still doing phase 1, I kind of had Anzakamaru paired up with Kokoa from Rosario plus Vampire, and also there were a lot of jokes about Kokoa being small and looking like a kid. And it was funny back then, but nowadays these like Twitter motherfuckers would probably look at me and be like, "That's messed up that you're making a joke like that." I'm like, is it though? Is it, or am I just funny and you don't get it because you're sensitive. You're sensitive like a flower. Anyways. Okay. Okay, enough of that. So, basically, Ansagamaru, kind of brings them, Kim and Kokoa actually have a divorce because they were married. Pretty much after that, Ansagamaru got his PhD in a different universe, which had a time dilation. So he was gone for like a day, but he spent like years perfecting his stuff. But yet he's mentally the same age, even though a bunch of years have passed. So yeah, he got his PhD to be a psychiatrist, and basically that's what he does. Inspired by, Prime's just willingness to help people and even help him. Har, on the other hand, was inspired to really draw what he feels, mostly because Tenma. But when he came back to Prime and Ansakamaru, the big old emotional moment happened. But but in my continuity, Har has always drawn things. It's always drawn people, things, and other things. So it was always like a talent he had. Unlike Skull Rumble, where it was just kind of like, it's just something that he kind of did to kind of cope with his emotions for Tenma. But in my continuity, it was something he always had and something they always did. He does end up with Eri in my continuity, because I always kind of liked Eri and Harima being together. More so than Yakumo and Harima, even though I think also that's a valid choice as well. But I kind of liked him and Eri because, I watched a lot of School Rumble season 1 to season 2, and I never really read the manga until like way later. But I did like Yakumo. And Eri. So I just said like he gets with Eri, and they're rich and a bunch of other stuff. But they were always, Ansagamaru and Bugsy and Prime were always really, really supportive of him, like most of the time, because he was always supportive of them sometimes, but even when they were doing crazy shit, he wouldn't be on board right away, but when he sees what they're actually trying to do, he just kind of helps. Like, okay, since you guys got me in this, what are we doing? There are also, this couch itself is this couch basically is set up in a way where it's like the three of them could just like watch TV with Zan kind of having another little seat right there. Because it's always like the three of them always stick together no matter what's thrown at them. You know, even when their dad died to their uncle, they stuck together, even becoming co-kings. So wait until another Double Zeta Breaker video comes out because the three of them actually have a lot to say about Devilman being Devilman. So I don't know, Double Zeta Breaker. If you ever want to do a collab with me, that'd be fun because I actually would like for my characters to say something to Devilman right to his face. It'd just be kind of fun. It'd be kind of fun. I don't know if you really want to do that, but it'd be kind of fun. They could be like the only characters that doesn't use the AI stuff, the AI 15 stuff. But yeah, so basically, they've always stuck by each other. They rarely argue with each other, only when it's about like Anzakamaru and Prime only argue with each other when it's just something like really minor. And Bugsy and Har have only Bugsy and Prime have only argued once, and that was about like the whole Tenma situation. But but pretty much, or sometimes they'll just argue. They'll all argue about petty things, kind of showing that they do rip on each other. But the three of them, they fucking love each other. They will fucking die. The other will die for the other two if they had to. No questions asked. Anzakamaru would take a bullet for both Har and Prime, and Harima would do the same thing. They'd all do the same thing for each other. Like, even in the mock-up movie that never got really made, the script was half finished. I was gonna actually, and this is like way when the mockverse was still kind of in its infancy, but I was really gonna show, even though they all fight with each other, they love each other. They care about each other. They will stick together no matter what. A lot of people always wondered, why do I make Anzakamaru's voice sound like this? It's only because I kind of wanted to do something different than Sean Chamel's like, "Hey, I'm Anzakamaru, look at me." Just something, kind of making the distinction that my canon is like how Anzakamaru actually sounds, and since Ninja Nonsense is the anime of his actual, like, kind of his life, this is how he actually sounds. And the funny thing is that Anzakamaru says that Cross Anzakamaru actually sounds a little close to how he actually sounds. Also because I like that one scene where Anzakamaru is like, in Ninja Nonsense, where he's like, "Cross Anzakamaru, you're the most beautiful man I ever met." And the way Cross Anzakamaru sounds with kind of a nasally voice is where that actually comes from. And Har's voice is just, well, my best kind of Harima impression. It's not really the best, but I try my best, and I try to make him sound a little bit better, and I try to give him more of a different voice, because now Meta has this voice now, so Harima has more of a, trying to get Harima more of a usual kind of voice, something closer to how he actually sounds in Skull Rumble, but it's not really that close, but I'm trying. Also, I found out I found out that I found out that Jin Kobayashi Hear Me actually subscribed to me, and I'm like, does he know that I do Harima's voice? Like, I do Harima's unofficial voice. Does he know that? Because this man has been trying to get the word on like Jin Kobayashi and wondering if he's actually going to make an epilogue to Skull Rumble. And I don't know, I'm just wary on writers making epilogues after like many, many years of Skull Rumble have passed. Because, I see, but, I'm just kind of worried on that front. Would it affect Harima in my continuity though? Probably not, because I feel like the School Rumble version of Harima and my version of Harima are two different Harimas that are the same fundamentally, but they couldn't be any more different. Because Harima and mine have like three brothers that always were kind of like his his chaos, the chaos in his life. But even still, he's, because of them, he's a lot more like understanding. And even if you asked him, like if he was like an actual person in the room, you asked him, how you feel about Kurasuma now? And Har would say, well, hey, this may not have happened how I wanted it to, but I'm glad he's with him. I'm glad he makes her happy, and I'm glad that they complete each other. It's perfectly okay. Because I got Eri and I got my bros. I don't need anything else. Which Ansakamara and Prime would overhear him and be like, bro, thank you, man. Har, come on. You're gonna make us all sob, dude. Come on. Hey, you guys weren't supposed to hear that. Whatever, you big softy. That's pretty much them in a nutshell. Or another scenario. Bugsy, we're gonna win this eating competition. And it's a chili dog competition. And he's like, guys, I know we're Chaos Lords, we have this big ass metabolism, but you guys know, not even you guys, chili eaters that you are, can't eat those many chili dogs in that little amount of time. And then like they'll go, oh, we're doing it. And Haru would go, God damn it, oh, whatever, you two. I'll be here when you guys need your stomachs pumped. I got 911 on speed dial. Or another thing, or another scenario. Yo, Ansakamara, can we talk for a minute? Sure. What you need? What you need, bro? I've been thinking. Bugsy is a lot more powerful than we are right now. We need to train. Well, yeah, we do. I mean, we're God tier, and we're not as powerful as he is. We're immortal like he is, but yeah, we need to train a little bit. That's a little lore you don't know. That's why they're all the same power now. Because I always thought it was kind of weird that like Prime is like Prime towers over them, when really I kind of want them all to be at the same level of power, depending on what happens. Because I like to think of it as they're what they are kind of what would happen if like say like Vegeta say like Goku had say like Goku like if Prime is like Goku and Zan is like Vegeta. Well, I would say that like Harima, in terms of Harima and Azumarill, they're like a stronger Yamcha and Krillin. In a sense. If that makes sense. Because if like Prime's like my Goku, they're like Krillin. They're like a better Krillin and Yamcha in a sense. But they're not being forgotten or not giving not getting a power boost that makes sense. They're actually a part of the story, and I don't forget them. Even in this little arc that I'm doing for like Friend Sim, they're still gonna play a part. Because in a sense, you can't have Prime without Azakamaru and Har. They're always kind of, even when they're not together, they're always kind of connected. And even if something did happen to Prime, they're all gonna like. Har would sense it, Azakamaru would sense it, and they'd be telling their wives like, "Oh, we gotta go. Sorry, you two, we have to go. Yeah, Bugsy needs us, so we'll see you guys later. Don't worry, it's nothing too serious. He's probably fine. He is fine, right? Let's just hurry up. Okay, pretty much that's just how it is." And I've written these guys for years now, and really, I kind of like how they are. Only the soldier versions of them that are in the Sakura Wars universe is where I actually shake up their dynamic a little bit. I never want to do it with the Prime versions of them. I wanted to do it with other versions, and I feel like the experiment with those two, and I love the soldier versions of them simply because they're just connected to Sakura Wars, and I actually can give them more. They actually get more leeway to actually grow as people. Because in the events of Sakura Wars 3, Azakamaru actually goes, while Har in Soldier Bugsy, they stay behind. It's kind of me giving you like a what if and seeing, if Azakamaru ever did leave, those two would be so sad. But you never really see Harima and Prime actually like doing things when it's just those two. So I always thought that was kind of interesting. Also, I'll probably write that down one of these days when I actually start to play 3 and actually understand the actual setup that 3 has. That might actually happen one of these days, and then I'll play 2, and then we'll go from there. But, when they leave, when Azakamaru leaves for Paris, because Yanada's like, oh yeah, you're, like, unlike, like your brothers, you actually have some potential to be a leader of your own, so we're giving you that chance. And, like, I just picked, Soldier Bugsy is like, yeah, you're gonna be leaving us, and we'll miss you, bro. Har, in this version of events is like, I'm not crying. It's like, dude, you are. No, I'm not. It's not like, it's okay, Har. I'll be okay. I'll be fine. You'll promise? Promise you'll, message us if you need help? Sorry, my dog is doing her thing. What are you doing? What are you doing? And Now she's literally just on my bed, grooming herself. Anyways, so basically, um, like Heart starts crying, and then like trying to rub the tears up, and it, Anzuma's like, dude, I'm gonna be okay. I'm not that little kid you guys always had to protect. And they just look at him like, we're gonna miss you. Yeah, we're not really the big three without you. Don't worry, guys. I mean, you can always come and visit. You guys can teleport. It's no big deal. But we don't want to like always poof because we miss you and all that. We want you to get out there and grow. Yeah. But also, like in the last part of 3, because I know like the Flower Division actually comes to Paris to help Ogami, so they actually do get to go to Paris to kind of help with like what goes on. Again, I don't know much about the story of Sakura Wars 3, so forgive me. There's a lot of things I don't know because we're getting it translated, and I'm just sitting here waiting just so I can tell that story. And hold on, my dog wants my attention. She always does that whenever she wants my attention. What do you want? What are you doing? What are you doing, you little dingo? What are you doing? You are cute. Okay? You are adorable. Jesus. You good? Alright, thank you for the kisses. Settle down a little bit, okay? Settle down, okay? But yeah, when they decide to show up, they're like, hey. They actually show up under hoods. He's like, well, we decided to show up. And guy's like, who are you guys? And then they take off the hoods like, Bug? Har? Are you guys? Everybody else is here, so we just decided to surprise you in the only way we knew how. Guys, this is creepy, chaotic, and a little dumb. I missed you, idiots. We missed you too. And it just goes from there. The events from Sakura Wars 3 kind of go from there after that. But yeah, it's kind of a way of me testing how those 3 would react if any of them decided to split for a while to become their own leaders. Because the thing about it is that Prime's always been kind of the leader, the guy that always kind of brings his brothers together. And I always kind of wondered what would it be like if they actually kind of split. And I didn't want to do it in the Prime, the Prime universe, the Mockverse of it, because I just feel like, the other universes are mostly for me to experiment and really figure out what would be a good story. But I feel like it works for the soldier versions of them because because they are, in all honesty, they are a version of the Prime Dimension that actually get time displaced. That's why I like to call them the time displaced Big Three, because they are, in all honesty, the Prime version, just in a different time and place. And they do kind of give they do give the prime versions of them a little bit of pointers about other stuff that goes on. There's a lot of stuff that they actually know. But other than that, I would say, then there's the whole, Bugsy, why do you love these characters so much? Well, when you've written for them for a long time, and you've really figured out what their habits are, what they like to do, what movies they like to watch, what shows, what movies they like to watch, what music they like to listen to, you get attached. And I've gotten attached to these. I got attached to these lovable weirdos, and I like just writing stuff for them. And there'll come a time where I'll have to really change Sakamoto and Hara's backstory so they don't resemble Skull Rumble and Ninja Nonsense. And when I do, it's gonna be a sad moment. But I'll do it when I'll do it when the time is right. Right now, I just want to write stories and have fun with those characters in their world, and I just love creating it. I love those three. Spent years and years developing them, so you gotta understand. I do feel very attached to them. Hold up. Princess, what was that? What did you do? See, she likes to play innocent when she does something. You guys don't see this, but she was doing something, and then she just looked at me like, I wasn't doing anything, but I was just licking. I was just licking my paws. And I'm just like, no, you weren't. I heard something. But anyways, so basically what I'm trying to say, guys, is that the three of them, hold up. I'm trying to stop Princess from doing whatever it is she's doing. But the thing about it is, I love those characters, and I'm not like super duper attached like Christian. Like I can see them, I can see them just standing around me and talking like Christian would. But I have a fondness for them because when you've written characters for this long, you feel a sort of attachment to them. And that's why. And I know for some people that can be a little silly. But is it wrong to be a little silly a little bit of the time? To be a little sentimental? Every now and again? For these characters that are two are just basically my fan interpretations, and one is literally started as a self-insert, but literally became an OC. Either way, I'll still keep writing them, even if a bunch of people don't understand or get it, because, well, people want to hear all the stuff I want to say, about Sonic, and there will be Sonic videos. But what I'm working on with these characters, I feel is important too, and just about as important as anything I can make about Sonic. But here's the thing: it's just people rather see that than actually understand what I'm doing. Then they'll be like, "What? This is cringed." Some people will look at this video and talk about, see the fact that I'm all sentimental about it and say this is cringe. Once upon a time, I was like, and this is like an unrelated story, but it kind of proves like one thing. There was like this person, called Succubus and Multi-Mouth, and they literally used to think that when me and my girlfriend would roleplay on DA, and this is like a long time ago, they actually thought we were the characters that we said we were, and it's stupid because they really believed that. And then when we lost a friend, and I was crying about it, those motherfuckers, those evil ass motherfuckers, they were laughing about it. And those two, I think those two were horrible people. Like, honestly, they were pretty horrible motherfucking people. Just the worst. The reason I bring it up is because, there was a time where I was really being genuine and, very sentimental, and basically, it's like almost I got punished for that, because our friend, kind of disappeared from the internet, and I thought like they were gone. They're probably not gone, but just felt it felt fucked up that they just kind of disappeared. While these idiots just laughed and chuckled it up. These people. Now let me tell you about old Multi-Mouth. This dude, literally, I text D. He's like, "What are you doing, laughing at your own futility?" And I didn't really type what I actually was going to say, but what I really wanted to say at that moment was like, I'm not laughing at the futility. I'm laughing at the futility that you're acting like an anime villain, and Succubus being your submissive little doll, which I think is fucking weird. And it was just really, really weird. Those two were really, really weird. And they're still weird. It's like, but the thing about them was they would look at my channel and be like, he's trying to get famous. He's just trying to do his thing and get famous. Like any promoted, Professor What, and basically, he's doing this to get famous, blah, 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 blah. They just didn't like me and Annie. That's pretty much the long and short of it. These idiots literally never understood why I did anything. Why I did the videos I did. Why, me and Annie basically were on DA and we fell for each other. And basically, those idiots just felt the need to fuck with that. And fuck with our friendship with a friend of ours. Because people like them are often jealous of the connections and the things that they don't have. Personally, I like to think that Succubus and freaking Multi-Mouth, they were jealous that we had all these friends and all these people that we know and we used to just talk to on DA, while they just sat there and always were it was just the pair of them, just them. They tried to get our friend to their side of thinking, and they almost did, but after a while our friend just up and vanished, and they were just like, they were blaming us and a bunch of other stuff, and it was stupid. It was so freaking stupid. like the whole conflict centered around the fact that our friend liked to role play, and like the true the like our friend liked to role play, and they just didn't like that, so they tried to like really destroy the way our friend saw the world. Basically, turned her into like the most dour person because of it. I don't know where she is really, but to our friend that probably is out there, we had some good times, and I hope you're doing well. It's just, and if I have anything I need to say about Succubus and Multi-Mouth, yeah, Multi-Mouth Succubus, I'm content doing what I'm doing. I don't care if you guys think I'm gonna be famous. If you think I'm gonna do this to be famous, no, I'm doing this because I like entertaining people. Something I don't think you two ever really understood. You never understood the value of actually making someone's day a little bit brighter. You guys were, Succubus, you're more worried about sharing your trauma with people than actually moving past it and becoming a better person because of it. And Multi-Mouth, I gotta be honest, you're just a fucking anime villain at the end of the day. Like, you're an anime villain and you're an enabler. Like, Jesus, man. But, like, you guys probably either still kind of either A, have some weird kinky shiz going on that I don't know nothing about. Those two, man. Like, y'all think me and Annie are like, some people think that me and Annie are kind of like, all lovey-dovey, but those two had some kinks going on, from what I could see. But I'm not really truly mad at Multi-Mouth and Succubus. That the stuff that happened between us and them was like a long time ago. I feel like, as I grow older, I look at that with like kind of like this was a messed up time, but hey, I've grown from the experience, and I don't know if they have, but me and Annie sure did, and I say that's better than anything I could possibly say. But I'll leave you with this, folks. Like, back to the topic at hand. If there's anything that you could take away from my characters, it's that if you got a sibling or a friend, try to look out for them. Try to be there for them. It's okay if some friends fight, but I like to say, if you have like this big ass fight like how Harima and Prime did, and you know what you said was wrong and what they said was wrong, try to make amends. Try. Because you don't want to go through your whole life holding a grudge. But accept what you both said was wrong, or if one's at fault, you gotta, hopefully they understand what they did was wrong, but you're still by their side, at least. You're still willing to be by their side. But they gotta, change up their shit. A little bit. It kind of ties into the whole thing with Succubus and Multi-Mouth. I say, folks, I say now that I don't have to really worry about YouTube anymore because I got my website, you should just be content with what you're given rather than wondering about what you could be having. Because YouTube screws people over, but at the end of the day, you should want to just do these videos because you want to. I saw another freaking YouTuber by the name of Mr. Dweller. Just in it for the money. It's like if I get if I get like $1,000, I'll delete my channel. Showing that this dude was always in it for the money, his little meme stuff. And now that man just entertains a bunch of fucking haters. And now we got a bunch of fans like making anti-accounts, which is something I haven't seen since I started YouTube. And when I tell you what anti-accounts are what they were and what they are now. Just hate accounts, just saying, oh, I hate this person. I don't particularly like Mr. Dweller myself because he just kind of is it's kind of everything that's wrong with like YouTubers that are just in it for the money, just doing the littlest they can with videos so they can maximize their profits, which I never really was down for. And these people that are hating on him, they're just like, no, we don't like this guy, and they dedicate their whole channels to it. And I'm just like, okay. You must be really fun at parties if you hate the singular person. If you can't go on with your life and just enjoy yourself. I just feel like hating somebody that much and dedicating a whole channel to it, it's just dumb. Kind of reminds me of a certain person who hates us Sword Art Online fans because they got a few unkind words on Twitter and like 2 people criticized them but wasn't harsh about it. I don't know who that person I could be talking about could be that way, but it'd be just as lame as me just dedicating video after video or my whole channel to hate on that one person. It's kind of pathetic. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I'm really gonna say. I'm pretty much done. But I wanted to just say, guys, I like doing these videos where I'm a little bit more introspective, so you guys actually understand where I'm coming from.